can be update for you, right? So if anyone from your side, if wish to join, I can share the link. Who is willing to join? I can share the invite, copy invite. Let me know your email address. Yes. QIO. QIAO. Type your own email. Yeah. Anyway, no worry. Maybe it's. Yeah, let's go ahead and update. It should appear. Correct? Oh no, it's not correct here. My God. Right? Huh? Okay. So please check your email and you will find a link and then you can join. Huh? Okay, guys. Here we go. So the recording is already started. So we are going back here and maybe we just minimize this one and also we just minimize this one. So the last time we were discussing about the, I believe this section we discussed completely, right? That what are the three folders and manifest and Java and the resource folder like that. And then we discuss about everything. Perfect. And also we discuss about the XML part last time as well. I hope you are aware about that. So today we will be going to discuss this app to understand that why and what it is, right? Before that, we can see at the top of your menus. So if you just go with the help, you can be able to find out about, sorry, check for the updates, but it's not required, okay? Because automatically it will be updating about your version. And if you just go with the about, then you can be able to see about means which version you are using, right, guys? So this is only for your information. You can also copy from here. And a lot of the different options are here. You can see you are looking for any of the Android help or suppose for anything else, you can be able to find out. You can use the menus or you can use the shortcuts from here, right? From here, you can see this is the app. Okay. So you can be able to configure if suppose you wish to edit the configuration later on. And from here, this is AVD. You can be able to select if suppose you have multiple AVD. And also you can be able to use your handphone as well. Okay. So we'll let you know that how you can be able to use, even you can pair that now with the Wi-Fi as well. Previously it was not possible, but now it is. So from here you can, whatever the AVD you will be choosing, that AVD will be actually your default AVD, right? So AVD is stand actually for what? Android virtual device. This is the emulator. Okay, the same thing. So from here, you can see this is the means press button, then the application will start running. You can run like this way, or you can even run with the means Shift and F10 keys. These are the shortcuts that you will be learning very means faster, right? So from in this way, so you can see the other as well. Let's say, for example, if you just put your mouse pointer, then you will be able to find out this is for your debugging, this is for your performance, okay, for your profiling your app. And in the same way, this is for Gradle, and this is again for your device manager. You can be able to call from here or here. Just see from here, device manager. You remember last time we were calling, and then we were adding here. So in a one time, you can be able to open a lot of different windows, but then it will be means a very limited space for you in the editable area where you can start working. So it is always wise that you can just minimize the things and just focus on the one where you are actually working, right? So now if you suppose go from here, a quick means 5 minutes from here. So see from the means file, this is actually for the new project. If suppose you're going for a new project, then you can be able to use this menu. So you can see from here, new project also you can open, and also you can import your project in case if suppose you have your own previous project. Okay. So not try to open it directly. If you will open it directly, it will not work because there are a lot of dependencies will be not there. So you will find a lot of errors. So always try to import that one. So once you import, then whatever the dependencies will be missing, so Android Studio will automatically address that. Okay, this is the difference that why it will not work. So you can see from here project from the version control. Now here is an important point to understand what is the version control, right? Say for example, if you see that we are using the mobile app, and after some time you're receiving a message that the new version is available, right? How come this is means coming? Say for example, if you're using a Grab, how many people, more than million of the people they are using, how means this notification is generated, right? This notification is generated based on the app version, and app version we control through the database. Okay, so when we will be going in a database, I will let you know that what is the version. So whenever they are updating, so they are updating the version only in that. And after updating the version, when they upload to the Play Store, then automatically all the people who already means they are a user for that app, they will receive the notification. The same way like what we are receiving a notification that the updates for your operating system are there, right? So it is a systematic way. So how this is means happen from that version. If suppose they put the version, so automatically all users will be receiving a notification, then user can go and run the application, right? So from the others, you can see that the new module are import, and from here you can be able to add the classes, class files, this is your class file, okay? This is your class file. The Java file is class file. So you can be able to class file, you can be able to means use the additional XML file. You can be able to add the more activities because by default there is one activity. So you can be able to add the more activities as well. So this is all you can be able to this is all you can be able to see from here, right? So you can explore it means later. Then this is the image asset, and the vector asset. These are the actually places where your icon of your app is stored. So where it is stored, you remember yesterday we discussed, right? So with the time when we will be using that, then you will be able to learn it more easily. Otherwise, no need to be worried or no need to be means confused with these things. These all are the tasks what you will be doing, and they are here as well. So you can be able to find out. So see from here, this is your activity, right? So activity from the gallery, if suppose you want to change the activity, you remember while you were starting your application, a lot of different types were there. Sample, empty activity, and map activity, and so many login activity. So again here, so from here, if suppose you want to add new one, so which one activity you want to add? Now at this stage, you cannot go back because your project is already created. So you can be able to see from here. This is a fragment. Okay, fragment like suppose how you can be able to divide your active screen into means many parts. You will be using that as well. And in the same way, like suppose a folder is suppose where you want to add the folder on your left side, okay, in the project. In the same way, you can see for XML, for wearable devices, for widget, for Google, for Compose, and so many resources. So you can then come to the edit. From here, mostly the edit means is for the cut and copy and paste, the which you will be using means by default easily from there. And also you can be able to means create your means duplicate line. You can be able to extend your selection. You can be so this is all about the cut, copy, paste, and like that. Okay, then you can come with the view. From the view, you can be able to do a lot of the things. So from here, you see that how these things you can be able to bring them up in case if suppose something is missing and closed from your view. Okay, like suppose what I mean, like suppose these are so many options you can see from left, right, and everywhere. If some of the option is missing, then no worries, you can go from the toolbar, and from here you can be able to recall that one, right? So also you can be able to see the appearance. So from here you can see what will be the appearance, how the navigation bar will be, status bar will be. Okay, so everything you can be able to set from here as well. And the other, like suppose you can see if suppose what is the show sibling in case if suppose at the same time you're opening multiple applications as well. So you can be able to see. So you can be able to jump directly to the source code, or you can go to the contacts. You can be able to see what are your recent files, what are the recent changes you have done. Okay, so this is all about actually your editor. editor is means the IDE. So what you want to do, so you can be able to, whenever you have time, you can just go and play with that. And then this is navigate. Say, for example, if you have multiple activities, multiple classes, multiple files, multiple methods. So how you will be going to that implementation part or design part or any particular. So later you can see how you can be able to go. And this is then the same thing for the code, right? Now, here is the most important part. These all things are the option what we are doing normally manually as well, which is actually these two are three menus. One is the means what we can say the refactor. Refactor is very important. So you see from here, this is a renaming a file, renaming your project, moving your class, copying your class. This is or migrating your file. This is very important menu. So if suppose you are going to rename, so don't make a mistake to rename from a one file, from one XML file or from one space. If you will do that, your program will start means stop working. Why? Because these all files are interconnected. So the same name what you are going to change, that is in its APIs and in other places, it's being used for other files as well. So whenever you are going to rename, you need to means come up with this and use this refactor. So refactor will help you to rename for you the class, rename for you the XML, rename for you the database, rename for your project, rename anything. Okay, this is very important. Then this is a build. You can see Control F9. If suppose you want to make a project, that will be only making a project, not running. For running, Control F10. So running F10. So by default, F9 function is there. So it will compile first and then run for you. So again, you can see from here, this is, you can see that this is the building APK. So from here, you can find out the two things. One is the building APK and the build bundle. APK is actually, say, for example, if you are having an assignment, you are doing something, your whole project contain a lot of the application, right? So it means a lot of the size. If you don't want to, if you just want to share, so you just generate the APK, just see from here. If I just generate the APK, you can be able to generate that from here. Here it goes and it will generate, and at the bottom here window, it will show that your APK is generated. Now this APK, you just, WhatsApp to anyone and any person can just, this is executable file that will be directly run without any dependencies. See from here, this build APK is already created. So it will show you that where it is. So you can just click to the locate and it will show you, it will take you is exactly that place. So see, this is your APK is built here. This is unsigned, unlicensed, means for testing purpose only, for sharing purpose only. But if suppose you want to go, if you want to go through with the means further, say for example, in a build, say for example, you can see from here, generate the signed bundle APK. What is this? These things are actually we required while our application is completely ready. And now we are ready to means upload with the Google Play Store. So I don't want to go means much more things here. Don't worry because it's your only initial time, so may not confuse. We better to come to the project, start writing a project. That will be good, so you can feel more comfortable, right? The same way you can see from here, this is actually a vision control integration. So you can be able to see to set the vision and properties. Windows we already gone through option. So now we are just coming back here, guys, and we see that what is the program like yesterday. Very simple program, a simple first step of calculator. Okay, then later you will see that how you can be able to add the more component and you can be able to create your calculator. For example, now we are just going to run this one first and then we see that how it is. All right, so here we go because we are running, so we can extend this one. See, this application is running, and when we say to add 9 and for example, and how much 6, and you notice here, I'm writing this number. See, the keypad is appearing what? Only number. It's not appearing the text. This is common practice what you're doing. If you require the text, then it will appear text. So how it is? Very simple, just with one property. Okay, so keep in mind, I will explain you how this can be done. And then this is OK button. Okay, so you just see this one. So this will take you to the button. Now you can minimize this one and you can say add, and this is your result area. So it is showing you that your score is 15. Now, if suppose we press this one, the moment we click here, so automatically the num keypad, this is known as a num keypad, that will appear for you. And you can be able to make any changes with this one Again, you can see by clicking this one, this is taking to here. And by clicking this one, see, this will be automatically clicking your button and your function is done. Right now, most of the things that is from the system support. You are not supposed to require to means write any code for that one. Okay, you just set the property. What we did right now, that will be done by the system for you. Right, guys? Now we are just closing this one. Okay, we are just seeing that how this is gonna work, right? So we are going here. Now be attentive, okay? The first 2 to 3 example, if you understand clearly, then a lot means much more things will be, mostly they will be the same, what we will be means repeating, right, guys? So please be careful for these things, okay? I will try to take you line by line, right? And later we will be using most of the things are because whatever the design, whatever the things, most of the things are the same. So the initial things will be the same. So that will be on your fingertips. So now see from here, you remember yesterday we discussed that we have always two files. One is the XML and other one is the Java class file. So forget about the Java class file at the moment. We are coming in Android, always we start from the GUI. That is about your design, right? So in the design, if you just see from here where the design file is, so this is in resource folder in layout. So you can see from here, this is activity underscore me. This is what we discussed already. So now I'm just going to maximize this one, right, guys? Please be with me here. See how simple things are. And this blueprint, we are just going to hide this one for a moment, right? The reason is that you can have a much area to see the things clearly. Right, guys? Now, if you notice that this was the default code for your activity XML part, that's what we had gone through yesterday. What we added this one. Say, for example, if you click from here, from your activity, the control automatically, the code XML part related to that will be selected. Now, see from here, if I'm going to select this one, see this automatically jumps here. If I'm just going to click this one, this jump here. If I'm going to click this one, this jumps here. If I'm going to click to the button, automatically it will take you there. Okay, so no need to be worried. So from here, we are starting from the top. So how many controls we do have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 controls, right? Out of the 5 controls, this one control is not editable. When we are running, user cannot interact with this one. The same way, this is not means interactive for the user. User can only be able to see the outcome. Here, this is only a label or caption. Only these two are the editable boxes, are editable text boxes, where the user can be able to enter the values. And this is actually your button, right? Which is actually calling or making functionality active, right, guys? Now, see, we are just going to see this one, and then we will come here, see what's the difference. I'm going very slow. It is very simple. Please be attentive. Okay. See from here, from this screen, you can able to see that this is something written 40, something written 40, something written 40. What is that? You remember yesterday we discussed, okay, the layout, the linear layout, how we are putting. So we are putting in what order and where we are putting. The one control should be how far from the other. They're very simple. Okay. Now see from here, going to this one. Here you go. Like see, this is your text view. So you can start the text view like the same white, like almost what we are doing for your HTML. And this is the ending of your text view. See here, this is the ending of your text view. And then for any of the control, we always must have its ID. Okay, ID is a unique. Why? Because with the help of the ID, we can fetch or we can call that into the code part, into the Java part, right? And remember that ID will be always unique. We cannot, if suppose you assign the same ID, automatically it will stop you that this cannot be, right? Now see, this is the Android ID, and then some actually we just misplace any name. Right now, you see from here, maybe you will be thinking how to write this much. Okay, you are not supposed to write anything. Just see from here, if you just press A, I'm just typing A Android, just see the whole list will appear to you. right, guys? So you're not supposed to write anything. So you are supposed to write suppose Android, okay, and then again see what options can be used with this one. You put the column, and you can also directly go to select from here, and you can see ID. Then automatically what ID related options should come. So they are coming. Now you can see it's showing here the means IME action ID. It's not showing this ID. Why? The ones you use the ID, it will means not bring to you. Any control what you use, that will means Android will, because you cannot use the same by 2 times. So it is actually helping you not to go for this one, right? So it's very simple for everything, for every means property. This is like that. Okay. Now this is the ID, and this is the ID which we require for every control, like for this control as well. See here, this is the Android ID. The same, this code is up to here, same and default. You will just start typing ID and it will bring for you. Then you just define what is ID. So here we are saying this is number one, num1, and for this we are saying only the ID for this is num2. Right, guys? Going back again. So it's easy to navigate. You just click from here, so then you will be there. Now, see from here, these are the 2 default properties which will be always there. Whenever you add any control, that these 2 default properties will be always there. What is that? This is you need to understand. One is a layout width. So now you understand what's the layout. And other one is actually the layout height. Okay, the width and height, how much it will be. So now what we are saying, this is again the default properties. Again, you see from here, if we start typing, you will be very fast to type. Android start, see from here, even layout margin, above, baseline, blah, 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 blah. Layout has a lot of different properties. So depending on you, whenever you are just going to use which one. So slowly, we will be using the different properties as well. Okay, as you can be able to understand. Now, here there is no means problem for this space as well. So what is this match with parent? So we are saying the parent means match with parent. The width should be match with parent. Now you see from here, this is your control. This is your control. This is your control. You see its width is always same, because what it is, if what we are choosing the property, we are saying that it may match with parent. So automatically means symmetry will be there. Then what is the height? Wrap with content. Wrap with content means that what text we are going to provide. If we're providing a caps, text in a caps or small, or we are increasing size, so automatically size will be means flexible to be settled down with that, right? So these are 2 default property. What I mean by default property, we can set, I mean, we can set the value for that as well. Default property means those properties must be there. Whenever you use any control, these properties must be there. So either you use these values or either you can be using the other values, right, guys? Then you can see now we are means mentioning here that, say, for example, come here. We just go with this one. Now we are coming up here. So you can see from this one, we are saying that the layout margin from the start is 30 dp. Margin from start means from margin from means that start from the left side. Okay, so see from here, this is actually margin from start. So we are starting from here. This is our activity, the whole activity, right, guys? So from start, we are saying just leave the 30 dp. What is the dp? dp is actually means pixels. Okay, so the dp we refer always whenever we deal with the design. And sp is what? SP is the same, doing the same functionality, but for text. If we are going to set any property for the text, then we use SP, right? So we are saying from the start from the left means automatically from the left. So the 30 dp, and what should be the margin from the top? That is also 30 dp, which means from here. From top, leave the 30 dp. From here, leave the 30 dp. So 30 and 30. So just for a beautiful symmetry, right? Then what we are saying, margin from the end. From this side, also leave the space 30 dp. Right, guys? Now, like suppose if you don't understand, if I say margin from here, say 80. See now what happened to this design. Margin from here, I'm saying no, it should be 150. See, this is even disappeared because it cannot be. Margin from here, I say 10 dp. So you see, this is very close to this one. If you will not set this property, it's not necessary that you have to set all the properties. Okay, but you need to, GUI is very important to beautify it. So you can see from here, we are saying the margin from 30, just 0 now, you see here. So this will be a runtime reflection will be there. So now this is 30, right? The same way margin from the top, not means nothing. So just see now it touches to the means top. We're saying no, just please say 50. So it is coming from top to down. And we are saying no, come with 80. So it is means a lot of the spaces. So this is how you will be able to control your controls where you want to place. Okay, and that is actually your layout. And what layout? Like suppose we are using a linear layout. So linear layout means that we will be able to set our icons, means so our control, sorry, that in a linear format. So again, we are just going to keep it 30 to just to beautify that one. The same way from the right we are saying, and same way from the bottom we are saying as well, that just go for 30. So now we fix it from where it is, means like we are putting the drawing from here this much, from here this much, from here this, and put it. What is that? Simple. It means nothing. It means a hard thing. So you learn this one. So you will be using for the whole app the same thing. So this will be on your fingertips. Then we are coming up, like suppose you are using in your Word application, we are saying to place anything in a center. Here for center, we use Word property that's known as a gravity. So you can see from here, the Android gravity is what? Center. So you can keep center, left align, right align, okay, bottom, the same thing. This is only the change of wording. Then you're coming up here, Android text, sum of numbers. This Android text is actually a caption property. This property is a caption property. So you're setting a caption. What should be the caption? Label. So this is what we are writing here, sum of numbers. So see from here, wow, wow. So when we appear, you see this is coming here, wow, wow, wow. So this is only a label. So not to be worried that what is that? Okay, so we just move this one out again and we just keep it here. And then this is a color. What color for this text should be? So see from here, this is now maybe you will be start thinking that how we will remember this number. You're not supposed to remember, guys. Very simple. You just put the hash and E or F and something. And after that, this number means color plate you can see from the left. This will appear. So you can click the color plate to see from here. You can just choose which color you want. Say, for example, now we want this color. See the text is changed with this color. Right? So you're not supposed to memorize anything. Things are very simple. They only require you know, the practice from you. Once you go through with the practice, the things will be on your fingertips. Right, guys? So see now the value automatically changed. We are not supposed to remember anything. Everything is available for you. You are just supposed to learn how to use the things. Right. Then after that, this is for the text color. Oh, sorry, this is the color text we already done. Then what will be the text size? So see from here, this is the text size. Now I'm showing you the one thing. I'm just making this 60 double. Just see what happened. The control size increase according to the size of the text. Yes or no? Okay. Why this happened? Because of this property. Which property? Height wrapped with the content. So we're saying whatever the size of the content will be, so the control size should be according to that. Now you understand what is that? If you are not using this one and if you fix this one, for example, if you are saying fix 30 dp and now you're setting here the 80 or 60 dp, this will be a problem. Half of your text will be gone. Right? So this is how we are placing this one, but we just set the 30 just to beautify that how things are more beautiful. Right, guys? Now this is done. So this is your one of the control, right? Say, for example, from here to up to here. See, this is we open text view and this is we close the text view. You just delete that, everything is gone. Very simple. Whatever you're doing, that will be reflecting on your plate. So again, coming back. So now we are coming here. I'm just going to delete this one. I just want to show you one thing. I just delete that. Now you just see here in the next text box, there is one line become red error. You know why? This error is line number 4. So I will let you know why. Okay. So just see in the next text, I will let you know. So we are going there. Now, when we are going to the next state means control, now you will see that most of the properties are the same. Say, for example, ID, you are required to provide ID, the same what we have done ID here. So here you just provide ID, like suppose different num1. Only the last part is actually the name what you're providing. The rest of the things are the property. Then this is the same, like the same, this one, what we have done here. Then coming to the next line, this is the default property. See here. So we are setting the same, match with parent, match with content. The moment you add the control, automatically these properties will come. Then you are just only required to set these properties. Then this line number 4, you remember when we were deleting the top one, so this become a red. Why? See what's that? We are saying the Android layout below. We are saying letting the means design know where to place this button. We are saying please place this button where? Sorry, below the ID sum. What's the ID sum? This one is the control. We're referring to that control. That please place below that. So while we are deleting the means this control, the above one, so there is no control. So how he will find that control and can keep below that one? That's why it was becoming there. Understand? So now the rest of the things are, this is additional line if we compare from this one, right? Because we are now setting that where we are supposed to place this one. So this is the line number 4 that we are saying that please means keep below this one. Then the layout margin from the top. This is now we are defining 40. You remember here what's the 40 this one. So here we set 30 dp. Here we are setting 40 dp. Here we are setting 40 dp. Here we are setting 40, just keeping the unique. The whole our means lower design seems like that. And then what we are saying, the margin from the top is 40 as well. So this is the margin we are setting, and the gravity is center. What do you mean by center? That whenever we will be using, you know, while we are using putting the word, entering the value, so you notice that the values are always in center. Okay, you remember or not? If you don't remember, I can show you quickly. So this is the way, like suppose see here. Now this is, just see from here, while we are writing the value here. So this is 3 is in center. So this is what you mean gravity in the center, right guys? And now when you are here, you're running the program, don't type anything here. Otherwise it will means give you the error, right? So this was by mistake. So don't do anything, because if you want to go back to the code, you are supposed to stop your project from here. See from here, or you can press the Control F2. So first you must stop this one, and after that you can go for editing only. So now we are again here. So see from here that this is we are placing in the center. I hope you understand. Now this is the only property, only this is the line. See from here, input type what? This is we are calling a number. So because of this property only, while you are using your application, you remember I told you why the keypad is means appearing only the number, why it's not appearing text. So if you remove this one, okay, if you remove this property and now you run the application, okay, now you run the application. See what happened if I'm just clicking one. So this is appearing here, right? No number is coming. No, means now you need to go to one more step again. Then this will be like this, blah blah blah, and then this will be a chance of error by the user, right? So this all will be overcome if suppose we just stop this one and come back here and we say just only because of this line. We add this line. So now what happened with this help of this line? So we are forcing to the means Android. Sorry, this is we made a mistake. Yeah. So by this we are just forcing that what it is supposed to do. Now see the number is coming. So in the same way, if suppose to be safe from the errors, if we require to have only text, then we can only means set the input type from here. So we have a different input types, right? So we could be able to means set any of the type. Say for example, if we are just making this done and we are closing this one, and again we're coming back. Right, guys, I have eye on the time as well. 1 hour is very less, to be very honest. And this is the color. So the color is, the text color is green. Again, that means the color plate is from here. So you can be able to select anyone. And this is the Android text size. Now see, here we are seeing SP. We're not saying DP. So whenever you will deal with the text, so that will be SP. Whenever you will be dealing with the design part, that will be the DP. So keep remember, right? Now, this is done. What you have to do, you're not supposed to do anything. You just copy this one and paste this one, because this is the same, only the few properties you are supposed to change. What property? Only this prop means ID we cannot keep the same. So here is num2 and here is your ID num1. Got it? The rest of the part is same. Say for example, from here, Android width and everything, width and length, match parent. It's the same. Where we are supposed to place. So here we are saying supposed to place under the sum. Here we are saying supposed to place underscore the num1. So this we are saying place here. This we are saying place below this one. The rest of the properties you see, everything is same. This line is same. 40 dp, 40 dp, 40 center number, color, center number, color, and the text size is 3. So you understand? So you once means learn the design part, start learning the design part. The rest of the things are the same. You can just copy and paste the whole control and you just set whatever the necessary properties are there. Right, guys? So now in this way, we are coming to the button. So what we are doing with the button, again, the properties are the same. ID we need to have button. Remember the ID when we will be going to cite the Java. So this is your button ID. And from here, this is the default properties where you are going to. And here, where we are supposed to means place it, we are saying place it this one. We can place it top here. This is up to us, but we can means give the instructions. And we are using the horizontal, it means margin from the top again, 40. The color for this one is this, and this is the text, but we are adding the text. This is add, and then we are putting the text color, and also the text size is 30 dp, right? Then we are coming up this one. Now see, here is a difference. This is actually, you can see from here, this is added text. This is a control, it's known as added text. So added text control, it means that user can be able to enter the value. But for the last one, it's not added text, it's only a text view. So text view, it means that we will be only showing the result to the user. User cannot be able to means do anything, right? Maybe you didn't get my point. Like suppose here, we again run and see from here. So this is input. User can be able to input the value. Say for example, 5 and 9. So we are able to edit the values here. But when we are going to this one, this is we cannot do any editing. See here, we cannot be able to. So that's what we mean from here, that here we are just placing which control, only the text view that will be showing. Okay, we can use the edit view, but then the user will be able to edit the results. So again, this is same. We are saying only the answer. And for that, after that, you can see this is match with parent and same properties. Where we are supposed to place means below this one. You simply copy and paste the same thing here. And everything is the same. Where we are placed center, what's the color, how from the top, everything is there, right? Then you're using, this is your layout is finished here. And this layout, what layout you are using? Relative layout. So why we are placing where it should be, where it should be, where it should be, relative position, relative from previous, relative from previous, relative from previous. Right, guys? Okay. I hope this is not means a big dose. Very simple, huh? So you will have a whole week. You just do the practice. Okay, everybody can fix it up. Within 1 to 3 weeks, you will be very fast and familiar. Okay, once you will be very fast and familiar, then we will increase the speed. Now we are going, if suppose we do this one, is fine, but fine only for the design. It will not function. It will not function. For function, we need to make it functional. We need to go with this class. Now see how we are making it functional. For functional part, Java does not know what we have done in XML, right? What the design, what the buttons, whatever we put, Java file does not know. So the first and the most important point is what? That is again will be common for all your applications. That's what we need to fetch all of the control with the Java. What controls? Like suppose textbox 1, textbox 2, button, whatever GUI component. We need to fetch that one. So once we need to fetch with the Java, and after that, we can only be able to use that one. Now see from here. These are the means default import package. If suppose I click this one, then it will show you. Okay. And this will be automatically will be start adding for you. Don't worry. If suppose it's missing, then it will be showing you the red line. So you just press the control enter automatically. It will let you know simple that you can be able to go for that one. So we are just skipping from this one. The file name is automatically created fast. Now here is the point to understand. I'm just going very slow. Okay, you understand. Understand once understand today, that will work for your rest of your life, right? Now see from here, what controls we used. We used the text view, edit text view, and button. Three type of different controls. If you just go back, right? This is what? This is a text view, right? The last control what? This is also the text view. This control is edit text view. This control is edit text view. And this control is button. So we use three different controls. Text view, edit text view, and button. And you know the difference. Edit text view, user can be able to edit the values. Text view only for display the values. And the button for action, right? So now here we are just going to create their instances. So you can see from here how many controls we are supposed to create the same number of instances, because later we can use them in the code. So see for here, for the text view, we have the two. So we are creating the text view and text view 2. So the two instances are, one is for one is for second one. We will be using later on. Second one is edit text view. So we create the two instances, edit text and edit text 2. You can name anything, up to you, right, guys? Then button, for the button, we are creating this instance for the button. Now here is the important point, guys. Understand, right? Now we're coming here. This is the default code while you are coming up with your main activity, right? So in this, we are actually the onCreate method, right? In this onCreate method, what we are supposed to do, so we are setting the container. What container? So sorry, setting the content view. What content view? We are setting what controls are there in our activity. And that's what we are doing, a fetching. That's what we call the fetching. How we can be able to do the fetching? See from here, this is the text view. We created the instance. Now this is a Java. Okay, Java understand this instance. Java don't understand what is happening in XML. So see now how we are assigning that one. Text view is equal to what? This is a Java function. Find view by ID. View is what? View also we call to the controls. Okay, that's also known as a view. Your layout also known as a view. Okay, so find view by what? View by ID. Remember, we set the IDs in XML. Remember or not? And that's must. If we don't have ID, we cannot call them here. So now we are looking for that control. Find view by ID. What? R.ID, and then we need to provide the ID. This is the sum. Which is the sum? This is the ID for this one. You remember? This is the ID sum. You remember here? Exactly. Okay. So you need to keep the IDs very appropriately as you do remember, so you can be able to call. Now going back and see, now this means that this is fetched with the Java. Now this one, other one, the same thing, because we have another text view. So this is another text view too. Same syntax, nothing is need to be changed. Find view, if you just start typing find, automatically everything will come and it will prompt to ask from you which ID. So this ID is what? Answer. Which one? Answer? The last one. See, the last one, this is the ID answer. Exactly. This is now case sensitive here in Java, right? So you need to be very careful. Now the other one is edit text box. The same, we are providing ID num1. Where is the num1? This one is the num1. So this is the ID num1. So this control now fetched, part, attached with the Java side. Now other the next one, edit text box 2. This is num2. Which one is num2? This one, guys, is the num2. See from here, this one is num2. It depends on us, whatever the IDs we defined at that time. And that will automatically appear for you now. This is a button. So for button, this is actually a button. So you can see from here, for the button, what's the ID? We set this is the button. Right? So for example, if I'm just saying button 1, okay, and I said button 1, and then I'm going here. So see, this become red. This will be now give us an error because there's no button 1. So this is getting the value from the XML. Now either I need to go back to fix that one, or either I need to call the button 1. Suppose see ID dot button. So you see the button 1 is appears there, and then we can use this one. Right? So we can use either set, reset, or or whatever it is. Anyhow, keep it button one, no worry. Now, this is the whole is actually what we did. This is the whole. We need to fetch all of the controls from XML to the Java. This is the whole. We just created the instances for whatever the controls we are using. That's our default practice that we will be doing always. Whatever the control we want to use in Java, whatever the control we want to means active or use or put the command in Java, we are supposed to do for that, right? Now coming means to the next step. See on this one, this is now the button, because what we are supposed to do, we are thinking that when we press the button, so what the button has to do, button has to take the value from the text box 1 and edit text box 2 and then add the value and then show the value to the other one. Simple. Yes or no? So now what we are supposed to do with this button in Android, actually, if suppose you are aware from the Java. So here we are using means any of the click function or click method. That is by default method is known as a set on click listener. So here are the listeners. We call actually the listener, the different listener, different methods. We're saying on set on click listener. So by default, and then from here, for what we are going to use on click for what? A view v default view is what? The whole your layout, right? So now what are supposed to be used here? We will be using the 3 controls only. So you can see from here, for this purpose, we will be using only one. This one, we will take the value from here, take the value from here, and then we are supposed to show the value here at last part, right? So now what we are supposed to do here. So this is how we just create the variable for them. So integer number 1, this is number 1, number 2, and num like that. Sorry, sum like that. So these 3 are there. So now what we are again going to do with the first one, very simple. Just see from here, number. Okay, this is we are taking a number. What it is, we're just getting it integer. We are just passing it. Okay, passing it into the text, add it to the text, then getting the value, whatever the user is providing that value to convert it into the string, right? Then the same thing we are doing for the number 2. This is like the same 100% we are doing for this one. Then what is this variable we are using? We are just trying to add this and this value for this one and this one. So see, whatever the value stores here, whatever the value stored here. So we are just adding up and this goes to the sum. Now is the time to show up the value. So showing up the value, this is for your text view 2. So you remember what's the text view 2 here? Remember here, text view 2. Okay, that is the answer field. So here you are setting the value for the text. What? It's setting the string, the value of what? Value of sum, whatever we store here. That's it about all your application. Simple. Now see how this application is working. Simple. It is working only for add, right? If suppose you want to do this for subtraction, you can use the whole this code completely. You will be only require a 1 line here. You just replace this plus with minus. If you want to use for multiplication, you just use this from plus to multiplication. Division, you just change this means size. So you just start doing that, then you will be able to come up with your Simal calculator, not scientific calculator. The Simal calculator, whatever the functionality is, you just add this one. The rest of the things are thing. So you will be adding means the different other functionalities. Guys, we just go quickly for attendance, otherwise it will stop. Okay, because time is going out. Yes, here is the code. CF4JT7. So now you just imagine, don't you feel that very hard? It's very simple. If I do 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and then a very long number for you. Okay, so once you will be going first time, probably you will be facing, the difficulties and facing the problem. So now I'm coming back to you about the problem. Okay, if suppose you're facing a problem, facing an issue, facing an error, the first advice is don't ask anyone, because in the programming languages, your learning is that to solve the problem, because when you solve the problem, then you know where it was, why it was, how it happened. And if you and if you learn it one time, then it will be fixed in your mind for the all of the time. So the next time this will be means easy for you, like means on your fingertips, right, guys? But again, in case if suppose you are trying and you're not able to fix that up, then you are sitting in a group, then you can discuss with your group how, why, and then you try jointly with your group. Okay. I wish and pray that you face a lot of problems. Okay. Don't take me in a wrong way, because when you face the problems, that is the only learning for you. Otherwise, it's only a type means means editing operation. Otherwise, you can be only copying and pasting, and then you are done. Otherwise, you can means find out a lot of the different programs already done available on internet. So you will not be able to learn. So if suppose you are working with your group and still you are not able to, then at the end you can come to me, not a problem. Okay, but you try not come to me, not even go to your group. Okay, try to have your own attitude to see how you could be able to solve the problem. And they are very easy. A lot of the different options and help is there. So for this, normally you can means after a few weeks you can be able to do that in few minutes. But for now, you can take the whole week. Okay, so you are not required to submit anything tomorrow midnight. For first week, you can take a whole week and you can bring that your outcome and can show me in the next class. Okay, so I will visit you one by one. So in the next class, you can show me this one, and whatever we will be doing, say for example, in our next theory class, then you can be doing the practice. So please do the practice. And first, your task is that you can make this done, and then you try to enhance its design, okay, and also enhance its functionality. Say, for example, you can add the subtraction, multiplication, and division as well. So you just try to come up with a design that small calculator, which is not scientific. Right, guys? Thank you very much, and wish you best of luck, and see you then next week. Yes. Okay, Ken, this is actually only the recording, then we will upload the recording to my times. You can see the recording, everybody can see the recording. Yeah, I will download and upload to the my times. Yeah, yeah. Right, most welcome, most welcome. Okay, so we are done for now, and we can stop the recording.